5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Away with Words, the podcast. It's your girl Bree Stories.
It's Aja Noasia.
And it's A-Tati.
Hey, this week's topic is going to be dealing with poor service. Now, I know a lot of you can attest to that, and we will be talking about that a little bit later. But for now, let's go ahead and check in. I'm going to go second so I can eat.
Well, hey everyone.
I'm chewing.
I was prepared. So I'm gonna go first. So physically, I feel a little sleepy, but I don't know. I be sleepy when I be like knowing I have to come here, like not when it's. No, I was gonna say like when we have other, like when it's not our regular day.
Over it when I gotta come here.
When it's not our regular day recording and stuff, and like I've already had things I was doing earlier, I'd be sleepy, but like when I get here, I always be like, oh, okay, I'm not that sleepy, so I'll be having fun with y'all, cause I like y'all. Emotionally, I still been having a really emotional week, but yesterday I talked to one of my sisters, and I just kind of had like an aha moment. I was talking to my mom. We had kind of like got into it, not like got into it, but you know, like we were having a disagreement or whatever, and then I had to really just, during the disagreement, I was like, you know what, this is not your fault. I know why this is happening. So it was kind of like I said, I had an aha moment, and I was able to journal things down and figure out what I need to do to get out of this state. So that's what I'm really focused on doing this week, is just, you know, moving out of this space that I'm in and just transitioning to more positive and my usual self. I got to get my smile back, and that's feel like something Oprah would say.
And your smiles.
I got to get my smile back, God. My attention is on today with my friends.
You didn't tell us how you felt physically.
I did. I said physically I feel okay.
Oh, that's not really a sensation. That's not a body sensation.
Okay.
I say that often.
Physically,
I'll be like, I'm okay.
I'm gonna try to start getting y'all in the habit of doing
well,
it
that's
right.
why that's why I've been trying to say it right. So physically, I feel
feel around. For real, no.
tight and right and pushes out a sight. No,
Alright.
physically I feel a little tense, but I'm feeling relaxed.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
So
Thank
there
you.
you go, motherfuckers. Attention is on today, being with my friends and having fun and getting a little bit of rest. I'm gonna get some rest tonight.
Right.
Spiritually, I feel good spiritually. What's going on, guys?
I don't know.
Just laughs. Chocolate.
I feel good spiritually. I don't know what else to say.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Tati.
You said it's going
I don't know why it was so funny.
So you said it's going second.
I did say that. I'll go second. No, I want to go last. Go ahead.
I don't know why everything was so funny just now. But
Yeah. Joke. Do I look like a
Laughs.
clown? Do I amuse you?
no, that's why I don't know why everything was so funny.
I don't know what though.
I don't know
Okay.
it, but I know it.
All right, here. Okay, so physically, I am very sore. I have, I was kind of doing like the same workouts for the month of January. So for the month of February, I like changed some things up, flipped some things around, and these changes have made me very sore. So, but that's a good thing. That's how you know it's working. Emotionally, I think I'm feeling the same way I was feeling last week when I said that I was getting kind of just bored with my everyday life and just saying that I was ready to like date and get out there and mingle, because y'all know I've been like chilling on that whole scene for like the past 2 years. It's wild. So yeah, that. My attention is on this food. First of all, I put this on my Instagram stories, but this chicken is amazing that we have right here. So shout out to our vibe specialist. I'm very happy. So also emotionally, I'm extremely happy right now because food makes me happy. So the fact that I was enjoying everything that was happening right now, that's probably why I was laughing. Cause
Yeah, because you was just
I was
like,
just happy. I was just like as I stuffed my face.
I love
So there's that. And yeah, my attention is just on this. It's on our vibe specialist's birthday is coming up.
Woo!
So that's exciting as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
Yeah.
big things popping.
And little things stopping.
And green grapes are great.
I haven't had a green grape yet, so I can't co-sign yet.
Oh, baby, get you in some.
Let me see.
get in
Let me
some,
see.
get
Let me
in
see.
some.
Let me see. And green grapes are great.
They're fresh.
Your turn.
Physically, I am feeling. I'm still very limber. I have not been working out at all except for yoga. I've been very lazy.
That's a workout.
But like, there's a word for it. And excuse me for not using the right terms, but like the
Okay.
yoga that I've been focused on is very like relaxed based. Like it's very just. It's really just about kicking my day off in relaxation and like being in a state of peace.
Mm-hmm.
And not really like doing yoga to really truly stretch my body and like strength train and all of that stuff like I would usually do. So physically I'm feeling like loose and limber, but definitely feeling nothing because I haven't done
Can you
shit.
do poses and things like on your head, like up against the wall and that all that
Yeah,
stuff?
but only
wanna
partial
see.
stuff. So like, cause I'm starting to get my flexibility back in my legs. So like, I can do stuff where I'm on my head and I forget. See, there are names for these poses.
Your head is on your twat.
No, my
I
head
wouldn't
is
know
on the
those names,
ground.
so just explain it.
My head is on the ground and one of my legs is actually supporting me while the other one is up. So it's kind of
Okay.
building myself up. to-
Right,
Like
right,
throwing
right.
up the pitchfork.
Anyway, that's how I
Yoga
feel.
is nothing.
That's how I feel physically. That's so stupid.
Not
And
equals
physically,
together.
also, I gave up masturbation for Lent, along with all other sexual activity. And for the first week and a half, I was decent. I was like, whatever.
That motherfucker was decent.
I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to, like, my vagina's starting to be like, hi, I'm still here. So we're going to see what happens in the next couple of weeks and how I end up being, how I end up acting from just the deprivation.
What else do
But-
you discuss on camera? Anything?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How often do you masturbate?
every day.
Typically. Oh, every day?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
like, it's only been a week. Why would that? But
Every
you do
day.
it every day.
Yeah, because I usually do it as I'm getting up or like right before bed. Like it's kind of like it's a bedtime routine. Like when I'm in the bed, it's just something that I'm doing. If I'm not,
routine.
if I'm not asleep, if I'm
Time
not
to get ready for bed.
yeah, you gotta tickle that
Spread
twat
the
sometimes.
legs.
I like
wrong
to
with
do it. It's relaxing for me, and it's just for me to be in tune with myself. Not even on a sexual level, just on like a passionate level with myself.
But when I worked at my old job that I didn't like, I used to, when I worked the mid shift, to get through the day, I had to masturbate every day before I went in.
Mm-hmm.
Just because if not, I knew I'd be.
Did you masturbate at work too?
No.
I'm saying sometimes you gotta get.
I know you are.
No, because you know what, masturbation can really help you regain your focus if you hit a wall. Because sometimes it gets to be like 2:00 and you be like, I don't feel like doing work. You know, you hit that wall, but it's like, come on, you gotta push through for the next few hours. You go just get one off real quick, and sometimes I feel like, whoo, like energized. Like, all right, let's do this.
See, I worked only for 4 to 6 hours, so I would be okay. Like the masturbation before would get me through.
Oh, okay.
Then I might come and
Good for you.
play the piano.
Your old job, you only worked 4 to 6 hours?
4 to 6 hours when I was part time.
That's what flying me up.
Then I became full time, like a full fool.
Anyway, so that's how I feel physically. Emotionally, I'm feeling joy. I'm feeling very excited because we're planning a surprise for Kenny. He doesn't know. All of us are making dishes and we're going to surprise him tonight for his birthday.
That's the vibe specialist.
Because he's the best vibe specialist in the world, and we would not be able to do any of the. We would not be able to do what we do without him, and we really
We're
appreciate.
gonna show our breasts.
We're not gonna show our breasts,
I'm not.
but
I am.
we love him.
Just
and
gonna
so
eat the
it's
chicken
gonna
he
be
gave us.
it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a wang dang doodle.
So honky tonk time.
Honky tonk. That's how I feel emotionally and spiritually. I'm feeling really, 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 really good. I have been practicing tarot, and let me just tell you something that's beautiful about tarot. When you're practicing, when you're practicing tarot, and so right now what I'm doing, because right now I'm just trying to familiarize myself with the images, right? So my idea was to just pull a card each day so that I can get familiar with the images. And through that process, I ask for guidance about my present state. And the beautiful thing about life is that in our present state, there are so many different themes at play. So every time I pulled a card, I've looked at it with intentions of only familiarizing myself with the images. But every time I look at it and I'm like, no, that's literally a thing that's happening in my life right now. It's something that I should take
into consideration.
Yeah, take into consideration and pay attention to. One of my favorite ones that I've drawn was the last one that I drew was the Four of Pentacles, and it's about physical stinginess. It's about needing to detach from your possessions. And I thought that it was so interesting that I pulled that card right before payday. And every time I get paid, I have like this anxiety, like fluster with my list and like making sure that I pay everything and like this thing. And I caught myself doing it the next morning, and I was like, this is what it was talking about. Like, I need to relax. I need to live my life in abundance and think in a mindset of abundance, because when you stress out about money and you have anxiety around your money, you're living in a mindset of lack, and you're not attracting prosperity to you. So I just thought that was interesting and great.
Was it upside down or right side up?
It was right side up.
Okay.
Is that death card a real thing?
Yeah.
Tarot card?
I pulled a death the other night. Look, let me tell you guys about that. No. See, that's the thing. See, a lot of these cards have very negative connotations to them, but there's so many different meanings to it. Death can simply mean an ending. And the beautiful thing about that too. And the beautiful thing about something ending though is that you make a room for rebirth.
Wait, so the death card can just mean that something that's happening
it
in your
doesn't
life,
literally mean like you're
I said it
die.
can mean
that
it's just the ending of something.
Anything.
Okay.
I'll tell you something that I wasn't going to talk about on this podcast ever again. And I have like a weird obsession with my ex, and I saw him last week, and the day that I saw him, I had like a little emotional thing after that. And like even to Michael, me and Michael had a conversation, and I got teary-eyed about it. But every night after I saw him, he was in my dream. Either from a distance, he was just in each dream that I had. And the night that I pulled the death card, I journaled about it, and that was the first night that I didn't have a dream about him. And I haven't had a dream about him since. That was 3 days ago. And so that's, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that could have been the card saying, like, the card that I pulled before that was...
the end of the dreams.
No, the card that I pulled before that was telling me that I need to, like, detach, that I need to, like, stop. But whatever. But it's just interesting. Like, it really do be some shit, y'all. But anyway, so spiritually I'm feeling fantastic, and my attention is currently on getting lit as fuck off this beer, because I also gave up hard alcohol. So
can you read other people?
Not yet. I haven't tried.
I to the party. But tarot card?
Yeah, she knows.
No, I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm half tarot card.
I haven't tried.
I mean, you know, that's something like
it was passed down to her.
When
right?
my grandmother does it, but when I was younger, you know, sometimes people in the black community, I think, people associate like astrology and all that kind of stuff with Antichrist. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I don't talk about a lot because I don't.
Religious. You know that.
Huh?
I'm not even.
I know. I'm just saying that I just don't speak about
That's
it. Period.
right.
Just like, you know, unless it's people I know I'm comfortable with, because I don't want people to get
I was like, so
negative association. No,
guys,
I love you. I love my producer. I love my sister. No, stop, guys. Stop.
Anyway, so after my attention is on and we're all feeling good and great, yeah. So into the Discovery Zone. The first thing in the Discovery Zone, our girl Tiffany Haddish, we already gave her a praises due on the Way Words Podcast Insta Stories the other day.
Yeah.
If you follow us. So Tiffany Haddish has been named the very first black woman to be the host of the MTV Movie and TV Awards, and that is happening in June. And it's gonna be lit as fuck, and it's gonna be so funny, and it's gonna be so fun. I love Tiffany Haddish. We just gave her our praises due last week, and just look at her, just continuing to attract that prosperity and attract all this growth and greatness from her positivity that we talked about last week. And
she
shout
has a
out
crush
to her
on Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, and she's not shy
like
about
us
it.
all.
And I love it.
And she said that
She
on
was
the TV One special that I talked about last week. She said that she wanted him and Trevor Noah. And then look at God. He put her in his presence like the very next, like not the next day, but like 2 or 3 days later.
Yeah.
And she like shouted it out like, I'm ready. Like,
yeah.
But Michael B. Jordan be acting
Her
shy.
caption,
like,
her caption was like, one of these men can get it. I'll give you a hint. He's in the middle. And it was Michael B. Jordan.
She acts like she don't hear us. Like Michael B. Jordan acts like he don't hear us when we be telling him that though.
Yeah.
He getting fucked. Somebody fucking that. I want to know who and how.
I would still be celibate though. If I got
Oh,
one.
girl, quit
See,
getting
you
our
want
way.
bitches that play too
Get on
much.
our way, then.
Yeah, you
If
don't want them.
If you're not gonna do nothing with it, girl,
If you ain't
get out of
tryna-
our way.
That's a
Look.
horrible message to send to young girls. So if I'm not willing to fuck, that means I don't really
I'm not
want
sending young
him.
girls that message in a
I
general
am.
sense. I'm sending it about Michael B. Jordan. Bitch, if you ain't shitting, get off the pot, honey. Because there's plenty of us that'll toss that dick
Horrible
around.
message. Somebody could be a great woman for him.
This guy
Somebody
knows
could be
what
a
I'm talking
great woman for him that's just not ready to have sex.
Right, so he can fuck the rest of us while he wait on you. What?
No, I just want him to be with me. I don't know nothing about what Tati talking about. I want him to be with me specifically. He don't gotta look at Tati keeping her legs
He don't
closed.
know to.
I want him to know that I'm here
Just
with
the
my
image
legs
of her
open
sitting
and
there,
ready.
Just
With
closing
my legs.
her legs.
But no, wait. We gonna talk about Black Panther later, but because I
No,
got
we're
something to
not.
say.
No, we're
We did that
not.
last week.
No, we are.
I'm just kidding, I'm just
I was about
kidding.
to say yeah, we
Okay, no,
are.
we're not.
But I have something to say about the
Tiffany
other.
Haddish?
About our
No.
match, me and Michael B. Jordan.
Chadwick Boseman. I want you to.
Oh, there we go. And there we go. So she has Chad. I got Michael
Winston.
B. You got who?
Winston Mbaku.
Oh, I was like, who's that? But yes, and she got him. Yo, yeah.
No, I want
I'm still
all
gonna fuck
three of
Michael B.
them.
Jordan if he asks.
I want.
Like if he asked, like if he came up to me and was like,
Fine,
hey,
blah, 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 blah.
hey, would you mind if I had some of your pussy? I would be like, let's go now.
You
So you would not be like,
you
absolutely
will
not,
ask her that.
because you're married
You could.
to my best friend.
You're not married to nobody.
You're not gonna be. No, you're not.
See,
gonna
I don't
be
like you
married to
delusional
In
nobody.
the
girls.
dream world
I don't like
that I just
delusional
said,
girls,
but
though.
her having Chadwick, you having Winston, and me having Michael B. Jordan, in that dream world,
I don't
am
like
married to
delusional
him.
girls though. I don't like when women like develop these insane crushes over celebrities and then like literally try to claim them. Like, please understand. That goes for the game. That goes for Michael B. Jordan. That goes for any other celebrity. If I caught one of them in the streets and we was actually feeling each other, I wouldn't think twice about whether or not you like him. I'm sorry. Cause y'all don't know
She's
him.
not a little friend.
Fuck that.
First of
Right.
all, me and Shorty been cool for how long? And I've been crazy over some niggas for how long? And she ain't never said that, not a day in our friendship. till today.
Because
So
you like
ain't
people
nobody
that I
trying
don't
to
care
hear
that much
that.
about. You like
Ain't nobody
J.
trying to
Cole
hear
and you like
that.
Usher. I wouldn't fuck neither one of them.
I'm
But
not
I'm telling you
trying to
right
hear
now, that Michael B. Jordan come up in here, he walked down those stairs right now and says, hey, I'm
That's
finna get in the
different,
car.
though.
Let's go. I'm not about to be like, no, because Tati likes you so much. I'm
That's
gonna be
different
like,
though, because he's not my
I
crush
mean,
exclusively.
Actually, I would just list
Y'all
your
all
Achilles
like
heel
him.
and you wouldn't be able to walk out the door.
I didn't discover him and bring him to y'all one day. Like, y'all heard about this dude named Michael B. Jordan? Like,
I'm sure that y'all know. Anybody.
No,
be
actually,
like
I'm not stepping down because I did that when I was younger in the 6th grade with B2K and I had to settle for Raspy. When I really like Little Fish, so I'm not doing it this time around. I want Michael B. Jordan and I want him and I want the game and I want him and I want Chadwick Boseman and I want him and none of y'all can have
And
him.
if any of them come up to me and ask if they can have a little bit of pie, I'm gonna say yes. Yes,
But you
can.
gave
that's
up
not
sexual
even attractive.
activity.
If anybody walks
So
up
you-
to me and says,
I
can I
ain't
have
like
some
the
pie?
guy.
She gonna
Yeah.
be like, I'm cutting slices.
Yep.
That's not attractive.
Yep.
They
Yep.
gonna be like, actually,
Yep.
actually,
You
the
think-
celibate girl sounds good right now.
Is that what you think? Oh,
That's
poor
what I
Tati.
think. That's what I know,
I'm sorry,
baby.
honey.
That's what I
I'm
know.
so sorry. Anyway, shout out to Tiffany Haddish. Make sure that y'all look at the MTV Awards when they come on in June. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a wang dang doodle. And meanwhile, sadder news. Tisha Campbell. What? What? That felt good.
Saturn news.
In sadder news, Tisha Campbell and Dwayne Martin have confirmed that they're filing for a divorce. Here's the thing. First of all, I don't like, so the thing about celebrity, I was going to say celebrityism. That's not a word. But the thing about celebrity, that's a word, that makes me uncomfortable is how naturally we all feel like to create theories or like just like insert ourselves into a story because like we feel like we know things about these people when we don't know shit about these people. But I was just very uncomfortable with me like coming up with a real theory, like thinking like I know exactly how this happened. Like just because Tisha Campbell has been like going through what looks like a midlife crisis for the past couple of years and just like really trying to just be really just trying to be hip and in tune with like just new music and just like pop stuff. And I really like, I feel in my heart that she regrets not giving more attention to music when she was younger because she was so popping as an actress. And so now she's trying to just like make all of this stuff happen now, which is cool, which is fine. Like I say do you. But then I started to like bunch that in with everything else, like she's probably a nightmare in the house. Like she's probably
A nightmare?
Could you just imagine? Like, I don't know, like, but that's the thing, I don't fucking know her. Like, that's an awful thing to think and say.
My
but
theory
it's
would
sad.
be that it was the other way around. Like, I think that their demise, because first of all, once you file for divorce, it's already been on the decline before you file.
They may have been separated.
So I personally feel like whatever issues they were having, they have been having, and I feel like that's probably what pushed her to want to do the music and go crazy. Because I feel like she might have been looking at it like you said, like, I got comfortable in acting and being his wife. Like, they have been married for 27 years. Like,
she wasted
right,
her
so
life.
she's probably looking like, if this is about to end, I need to get back to doing what the fuck I used to like to do, which is sing. And of course, that just...
And then she did that,
Isn't
and that
going
confirmed
over
for
as
Dwayne.
well.
Dwayne was like, great, you're not doing it. You're making this easier.
But I was very... For those of you that don't know, Tisha Campbell is one of my favorite female actresses.
So many other people to admire.
You said what? What'd you say?
Why do you hate Tisha Campbell?
I'm just saying
I didn't
she's
know what
not
she
a
said.
favorite. She's
her
She's my favorite.
I don't think she should be anybody's favorite.
Oh my god.
That's really
She's
what
a legend.
Right, of
Why?
all the things that
Yeah,
Tisha
but-
Campbell has done in her career, to be like, I don't think anybody should be
I don't
anybody's
think she's
favorite.
ever
She's
shown-
Gina, she's Jay,
I don't think she's ever had a real like acting role that evoked emotion from me. Besides laughter, like when I think of
she's a comedian. She's a
No,
comedian.
School Days.
but listen,
School
guys,
Days. Did he
School
evoke
Days.
anything from you? School
No,
Days?
the only other role I can say that
sorry.
she evoked an emotion from me is when she was the AIDS victim on A Different World. That's the only other role I remember her for, like outside of a comedy role. Like when I think of Angela Bassett, she can play any role. She can be.
She's not Angela Bassett though.
But that's what I'm saying. This is why I said I don't think she should be anybody's.
But we weren't talking about you. We were talking
about
about me.
Okay, but how is that?
We were talking about me. I was merely
You could've
stating
said she's
that
not my
Tisha
favorite
Campbell
because of
is
this.
one
Now
of my
she can't.
favorites.
She should
But
be
you-
anybody's favorite.
So-
Tisha, baby, we love you all, Marnie, Eugenia, and all of that. But I don't think you a favorite.
So Anjana Asia feels
Period.
like if all you do
Period.
is comedy, you cannot be a favorite.
Right.
If all
That's
you do is
crazy.
make people laugh.
All you do is a
Which-
comedy.
Right. So you nobody's favorite,
I'm not
baby.
an actress.
You ain't never been nothing but a
You
clown.
ain't never been
You ain't never been nothing but a clown.
She's
You ain't never been nothing but a clown.
I actually do a lot of roles. I can do a monologue.
But do you is what I
from
asked
Save
you.
the Last
Do you
Dance.
evoke
I can
any
do a
emotion
monologue from
other
Grey's
than
Anatomy.
laughter?
All right.
Actually, I do. I make niggas cry every day.
We don't see it, B.
People
So-
are
Baby girl.
People are logging off. People are logging off.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Do
Look
we
at
get
that.
review on
They
it?
like this from
Let's
what I
stop
heard.
it. Let's stop it. Let's stop it.
But no, like I said,
Cut it out.
Tisha Campbell was one of my favorites. Me, Tatiana, one of my favorites. And so I was saddened to hear that they were splitting up, only because as far as Hollywood
It's
goes,
sad.
her and Dwayne are one of the first like couples that I knew were married and have stayed married throughout my lifetime. Like I've seen couples like split up and divorce and people that I knew were together, but they were like one of the longest running like couples that I knew of. So it was just sad like in that aspect, just to see something. And they were just recently on The Real. Now The Real has not been on that long. And they were just on The Real talking about like maybe like 3 years ago, talking about how to keep a marriage like spicy, and they were like, you should just like do things sporadically, and they were like, maybe you
Like,
know,
get a
like
divorce.
not always have sex in the same place. They were like, do it somewhere like spontaneous, and they were like, when's the last time you did that? And they were like, yesterday. So they were just so
But-
sad.
Unbelievable.
About spontaneous, they were like, hey, let's fuck on top of these divorce papers. And that's to spice it up. Anyhow. So sorry to hear about you, Tisha and Dwayne. We hope that everything is great. We hope the kids are okay. They got 2 boys. We hope that
One
they're
is
okay. But still, you
One
know.
is like 16.
You don't
Really?
You
One
said
of them is
60?
16.
Like, what? No, what I'm saying,
the
like,
oldest is 16.
my parents were never married, but I can assume that no age is ever a good age for your parents to get a divorce. So like,
It isn't, because my parents, the first time my parents ever separated, because they didn't get a divorce the first time they separated, but the first time they separated, I cried, and I was a senior in high school.
Yeah, like it hurt.
And I felt like I knew it was coming, and when they sat me down and told me, I still burst into tears. Like I just couldn't control it.
It's sad, and you feel so many things. Like this, is your parents, and then you also feel the pain that they're feeling for each other. Like I can't imagine.
It
So
wasn't fun.
prayers to everybody involved in that. Hopefully everybody's okay. Speaking of hurt, Hurt Bae is back apparently for another round of garbage with her ex.
That should have been petty.
So
I need to put a mouth.
yeah,
on
you're right. This is actually in the petty parlor. This is the petty parlor now. We're in the petty parlor.
Yes.
Hurt Bae, part 2.
Leonard.
You
So the
right, nigga, your name is Leonard. First of all.
I think it was on YouTube. I guess so. The YouTube channel that they did their original video for decided that they wanted to
Hey
do
Iris. It's called Hey Iris.
Okay, Hey Iris.
Mm-hmm.
They decided to do a follow up. You know, with how things have been since, like 1 year later, Hurt Bae 1 year later. I think that's the name of the video,
Right.
actually. And
Something like that.
basically, Hurt Bae and the Hurter
Leonard.
Yeah, hurt her.
sit down, and basically he's still trash. He still hadn't.
More trash.
Yeah, he still hadn't just taken responsibility for the things that you had done. He was contradicting himself the whole time. He's confused. And he said people hated him after the first video. I actually hate him even more. Like, this video did nothing to. I don't hate him.
Yeah. I was like,
I'll fight him though for sure. Like,
yeah.
with a bottle. Like, I'll crack the the bottle on the edge and hold it up to his neck.
I love that.
Like Tiffany Haddish in The Girls Trip. I'll do it just like that. But anyway, he is just trash. Like, I don't know. Nothing about the video made me want to be like, okay, I feel his pain too.
Or I see your point of view.
Nothing about it
He
at
didn't
all.
have a point of view.
He didn't.
Like, there wasn't a real point of view. His whole issue with her throughout the video, he came in with an attitude from jump.
An attitude.
And you're mad at
Diva.
social media.
Yeah.
Social media is a beast of its own. It has a mind of its own. It doesn't matter what somebody says to combat it. Social media will still make up its own jokes and its own memes. And it has nothing to do with Hurt Bae, a.k.a. Courtney. I believe that's her name.
I
Courtney.
think you're right.
It has nothing to do with
Yeah,
her.
let's stop calling
and
her
he
Hurt
was
Bae.
so mad at her that, in like every interview she's done since their first one, she always said, like, he's not a bad person. This is just what we went through.
Right.
So I don't understand why he was so mad at her. But my analogy was that I compared him to the back when I used to watch Bad Girls Club, and the girls that were getting beat up in the house, when they would come back for the reunion, they would have this chip on their shoulder. They want to fight at everything. They want to jump at everything. And that's what he was doing. Like, he was mad that he didn't, I guess, stick up for himself in the first one. So in this one, he was just talking out of his ass. Sounded stupid.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I just watched the whole thing just now. But when I watched the clip was somewhere at the part where she was saying, I can't remember what she was saying. But he was saying no. She said something else, and his response to it was like, we did this to get on. And then she was like, what are you talking about? That was never the case. And if that had been the only thing that I watched, I would have been like, this makes sense now. Because obviously, like, y'all had some little ploy. Mm-hmm. Because after the Hurt Bae came out in the first place, it all came out that they were, like, trying to be, like, social media, like, you know, like, personalities and da-da-da. So, like, I just stopped there, I would have been like, that makes perfect sense. And she just irritated at the fact that, like, we supposed to be playing a role here and you being a fucking dick about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But then when I watched the whole thing, he said that and that they were never together and that he loved her. And it was just like, can you pick one? Like,
and he started it off by saying, I did the first one to give you closure.
Because
Because you still wanted to be with me. How could she still want to be with you if y'all were never together?
Right.
If y'all were never together and y'all only did this to get on, like, I don't know what she needed closure for. Like, he just... Like, I believe that y'all chose to do this because you wanted the exposure, but the relationship and what she was talking about was still real. Yeah, like, she didn't make up the relationship. Right. She just said, hey, let's do this since we're both trying to get on, and it'll be a cool way for us to, like, iron out our, like, issues and stuff. But she didn't make it up.
Yeah, so he's just, like, I believe that all of that stuff happened, and he's just latching on to the part of, like, whatever. Like, he's trying to latch on to whatever kind of, like, rectifies what he now sees is everybody thinks I'm this bad guy, which surprised I am. But now I'm pissed that everybody knows it, and I'm pissed that everybody is acting like it, and I'm pissed that that's the reaction that everybody's giving to me while everybody else is giving you sympathy. And on top of that, you then moved on and you got a new man and all this stuff. And on top of that, like, not only are you the quote unquote victim and the person in the light of like, oh, like poor her, like pat her on the back. But then on top of that, you get to still continue to live your life and like get a man and stuff. He probably be fucking bitches and stuff. And I think I saw something about him having a new girlfriend one time, like randomly. But like in the midst of all of that, you still got people in your comments and being like, you're a fucking jackass, you're a dick, and probably under your girlfriend's comments or whoever you dating, like, girl, you see this nigga not shit. Da, 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 da. So he probably is just butthurt about how it turned out for him.
And I was gonna say, I actually went to his page and he was saying like, this was actually even before I saw this video. This was maybe like 2 weeks ago. But you just saying what you said made me think. He was, somebody was saying like she, like basically like he was a dick or whatever and they felt sorry for her or whatever. And he was like, I got a new girl now.
Right.
And
That's what I saw.
I went to her page and he had pictures of him and the new girl on his page, but she didn't have no pictures on her page. His new girlfriend. And people was dogging him like, nigga, you not even
Didn't she not claim me?
Yeah, like just dogging him. So I don't know. What really bothered me more than anything was like the way he talked to her, his mannerisms. He called her sis.
was
First of all,
unnecessary.
I think sis is so condescending.
he left me at
If you're
sis.
not my like, if I like, I call Tati sister. If I don't call you my sister, if you're not in the same organization as me, don't call me sis, cause we gonna have to square up. Because I think sis is so condescending. He called her sis.
It is.
I will give you your sis.
Yes.
Like, I really want to fight him.
I got your sis.
I got your sis, nigga.
No,
Like,
that's definitely where he lost me. Because the whole time it was like, I understood from her perspective. Because at the end of the day, this is her perspective. And so to be somebody who like, because we all know how, not even niggas, but we all know how people talk when they're in the situation that they want to be in at the time. They were obviously in the situation where they loved each other, they cared about each other. He was probably telling her all types of stuff, making future plans and all that stuff. So like for me, like I'm just thinking about her being on the other side of him, just like looking at how he's acting and how he's talking to me, and it's just like, really, nigga, you the same nigga that was doing all of this, like, just as much as I was before all of this happened, you know, like, probably even more, because even in the first Hurt Bae, they talked about how she didn't even like him at first.
and if they really did do this to get on, she's the only one who flourished from this. She's the only one who got multiple interviews.
And what does that tell you, ladies and gentlemen? Positivity and truth will get you anywhere, because she's, like, genuinely hurt, but not negative in any way. Not once did she bash him or say anything bad about him. She's literally just speaking and walking in her own actual truth, and he's switching up the story every fucking chance he gets and just trying to like rectify his name. Really, he's really just trying to rectify like, I'm not a bad person, you're just fucking crazy, or you're just fucking stupid, or I told you that it wasn't that and you should have listened.
And if she was crazy, like if she wasn't speaking the truth last time, like she said, why didn't you say anything?
Yeah.
Every time she said a piece of what happened, his responses to her in that first video were like, that's what happened. Like, I was a
I
fuck
cheated
nigga.
on you.
Like, yeah, I did that. This is what
Right.
I did. Like, yep, you came to my room one day, knocked on the door, I didn't answer because I had another girl in the house. Like, he was agreeing to everything.
And he could have said after everything she said, we weren't together.
Right, you could have just said
I
that
can do that
then.
when we're
Like, it
together.
doesn't, he's just like, it was just unnecessary.
Yeah,
You don't have
actually,
to-
Leonard, I'm looking for you, player.
Cause like
I'm on your ass.
Ajano Asia said, he wasn't a bad person to me in the first video because shit happens. Relationships start, they end. People are young, they grow. Like, just because you treated one person wrong to me does not mean you're a bad person.
No.
That didn't make you a bad person cheating on her. The way you came on part 2 is what made you a bad person. Like, because this is you presently.
Yeah.
This is who you
This
are
is you
as
still.
of right now. This is how I
haven't
treat
learned
people.
anything.
This is how I handle situations when life throws things at me. This is how I behave. Like,
Right.
now you're a bad person. Now I
Yeah.
don't like you.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to get into our topic this week. This week, our topic is dealing with poor service. And more specifically, I think that what we were getting at is specifically like not only in black communities, but also in spaces of business that are kind of underdeveloped. Like maybe it's not, like maybe you go get your hair done and it's not a legitimate business. It's not a salon. It's not, like a business owner. But like the hookup people, like how do you deal with poor service with like hookup folks? Like, and we had the example of a young woman on Facebook, I believe. She was putting up like some text threads, and she was basically just like, am I wrong or am I tripping or whatever? She had gotten her hair done. She got some faux locks from a young woman, and shortly after she got them, they started to come down. Like, they were really, really loose. They were coming down. So she reaches out to the beautician, and she tells the beautician, like, these are loose and they're coming down. And the beautician is like, okay, we can redo them like Thursday or whatever. Like, so let's say it's Tuesday. She says we could redo them Thursday. Wednesday, the girl decides, I actually would like some of my money back. Rightfully so. She's like, I came to you for like a particular service that technically I didn't get because I didn't walk out looking the way that I wanted to look, and I'm not looking the way that I want to look days later. So she reaches out to the beautician, for her money back. She said, can I at least get like half of this money back, whatever. And the beautician seemed to be on board. The beautician was like, yeah, like no problem. Somewhere down the line, it got a little rocky, and it wasn't even Thursday yet. Like, it got to the point where like the girl, the customer was just agitated and like kept saying things to the beautician when the beautician never said, no, you can't have your money back, or no, I won't redo your hair. The girl was just like irritated and agitated and just like,
she was like, how soon?
Yeah, she's like, how soon can I get this money back? And like just like pressuring her about what ASAP meant, because you know people say like, we'll get it to you as soon as possible. She's like, well, what is as soon as possible, like that? And then she starts talking about how like, because I guess the beautician does her own hair. She's like, your hair don't look like this. Like, how come your hair turned out like that? And like, she was just like she just started to nitpick and do a lot. And so the thing that I wanted to say about this, and this is something that I've talked about a lot, especially in the black community, and especially in situations like this where people are trying to like get on. We don't know what this beautician's dreams and aspirations are. Maybe she's just doing this as a side hustle. Maybe she just does hair just because she knows how to do hair. But maybe she does want to like grow, and maybe she does want to have her own salon one day. And that's when it's important for the each one teach one method. As your consumer, let me just sit you down and have a real conversation, because I want you to succeed. Like, I want you to understand like how to go about things. But in this situation, that's not even something that I felt like was necessary, because never was the beautician like being uncooperative. Like, she was like, yes, I agree, I will be more than happy to fix your hair. And then as soon as the conversation about money came up, because I mean, if somebody paid you some money, I'm not bringing up giving the money back unless you bring it up. So like, no, the beautician wasn't like, and on top of that, let me give you all this money back. Like, but she did follow suit as soon as that conversation came to play as well. So that wasn't, I feel like that girl was just being a bitch, but
definitely.
But that's also something that you got to deal with when, I mean, where I work, I see a lot of like HQ at emails and people who email just to talk about their service in the restaurant portion of it. And people are just fucking crazy. People are crazy and they're entitled. And people don't understand that like waking up every day and being on your fucking feet and like being able to like take a train somewhere or drive a car or use a cellular apparatus, like you used your cell phone to order food, to go pick it up so that you didn't have to interact with anyone, and then you took it back to your office and you noticed that there was no avocado on your salad, and you are fucking livid. You're just like, oh my fucking God, how incompetent can the people in the back of house be that I don't have any avocado on my salad? And it's like, are you fucking sick? Like, do you not realize everything that happened before that to even, like, that God has granted? Like, you just ordered that off of, like, this is as big as my hand. And I can push a button and be like, yo, I want food in 15 minutes. And it just appears. It just happens. And you're like, I didn't get any fucking avocado because y'all hate me so fucking much. So there are people like that are just fucking sick in the head and wild and stupid and entitled and spoiled and dumb. But then there are other people that aren't like that. And then there's the flip side of people with service. And we've dealt with that. And unfortunately, we had this conversation a couple weeks ago too, where you was like, that's why you can't fuck with black people. Like, you can't fuck with black, like, businesses. And I totally disagree with that. But like, I don't disagree with it, but I understand where it comes from. But I feel like we can't give up on each other. Like, some people are just assholes, not because they're black, but because they're just fucking assholes. So like we go up to people and we say to them, hey, like, this was my experience and I really want you to do better. And they might look at you and be like, bitch, I'm the one who owned the business, bitch, fuck you. I don't care if you shop here.
All the bitches.
Like,
bitch.
They could. And we could just be like, okay, my nigga, I just tried to help. And we could clean our hands of that and go to the next store. But I don't think that we should ever chop it up to, that's why I don't fuck with black businesses, or like, that's why you can't fuck with black businesses if you didn't try to help that person, especially like when they're accessible. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't all reach out to, what's her name? Carol's daughter, like the owner of that shit or whatever. Or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't get in touch with that person and be like, hey, I would really like it if this was like this instead. But, like, when you go into, like, these shops and when you go to beauticians who are braiding out of their house, tell that bitch, yeah, she ghetto as hell, and yeah, you go there and all her kids screaming and shit, and there's somebody frying fish upstairs, and you just got to sit there and be quiet and get your hair done. But if she doesn't do something right, tell her. And tell her, like, as a consumer, I expected this out of you, and I understand that I'm getting the hookup, because you know when you go to Keisha down the street, you're not paying as much as when you go to the shop. But you can still tell them, like, for you to be able to grow, like, you can put yourself at a level where you can charge $200 a head. But don't fucking, like, just don't be stupid. Like, just don't.
I personally think that the price she was quoted was too much.
How much was she quoted?
I think
It was
it
like
said 200.
like
yeah,
225.
225. That's the same style
For
I
a
did in your fucking
That's
hair.
normal, though.
No,
But
G.
it wasn't for her to do.
But she did the
as bad as
crochet
she
one.
Yeah,
was.
she
It
did the
wasn't the
crochet
long
kind.
one.
It
Like
wasn't
she-
like she
yeah,
braided
like-
her hair all the way
Yeah,
down
she
with a
did the
braid,
crochet
then
one.
wrapped it. No.
That's
That's like a
different.
$60 hairstyle.
But either way, that's a
yeah.
problem before.
Yeah.
though. That's not
Definitely,
the
but-
issue now.
And I
Right,
think
because
the-
at this point you agreed to pay it.
Yeah, and I think the beautician handled it really well, actually.
Yeah, she
Because
was-
I probably would have blocked sis and just been like, "Look,
Sis.
we're see," because I think I think
Right.
she's stupid. I'm trying to be condescending.
Yeah.
So,
I'm trying to be condescending.
So I think she's stupid. I would have just blocked her and been like, you know what? Now I'm not dealing with you at all because now you're being disrespectful to me
Yeah, you're
when
being
I'm trying to
disrespectful.
compensate you and help you out. Because, like she said, I'll give you half of your money back, but I just need to see what your hair looks like.
Because you're not finna finesse me.
Yeah,
either. You're not
no,
finna just send me
you're
some
not finna get
random.
finesse
text.
like
But she
Don't get finessed like
agreed.
Bree.
She said that, but she still agreed to giving her money
Yeah,
back
she
without
did.
seeing her hair. She was still just like, okay, I will
No,
get
and
to
the
you
same thing.
ASAP. She
No,
was like, just
the message
give me some
before that,
time.
the message before that, she said that she wanted to see it first.
Yeah.
But when the girl hit her back and was like, well, how soon is soon? And she was like, I'll get your money to you ASAP. She was like, calm down. Like,
But that was after she
let
said that
me
she wanted to see
take-
it, though.
But I'm just saying, the beautician was so ready to not have to deal with the chick that she was willing to just be like, here, girl.
Yeah,
Like, when she
right.
could have been a lot more like, well,
Yeah, 'cause I wouldn't
absolutely
have given
not.
you shit.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
absolutely not. We're going to continue
That's
with
what
our
she was saying. Like, can
appointment.
we FaceTime or Skype
Like,
or something?
yeah,
'Cause
like,
she was
she
just
was
like,
like,
well, I can't go until this day.
We're going to continue with the appointment that we made.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at your hair, and
Right.
then I'll tell you what I can do for you. But she was
Yeah.
just like,
I'm not gonna just cash app you half of this
She
money.
could
and you
tell.
walking around with a fresh style because I didn't do nothing wrong the whole time.
I feel like
Yeah.
she could tell from jump, like, this chick is
A scammer,
It's just not
probably.
worth it. Like,
Probably
it's not
a
worth
scammer.
it type of thing. Give
But-
her money, it's not worth it.
But that
Yeah.
particular style is not worth $225. Like,
Mm-mm.
but also, even if it was, it's
later.
about the product that you're putting in your hair. When you get those crochet braids, the hair is hollow, so it's going to pull apart easily. It's nothing in the middle of the hair that's keeping it strong and sturdy.
Especially
it's not
if
like
you bald headed because your hair don't.
it's not like when you braid, you know, like a real braid down with cankaline hair, and you know have something in the middle. It's nothing in the inside, so it's.
He said Kankalow. He didn't
Kankalow.
say one. He said Kankalow.
Thinking that you better than I am. What are you thinking wrong?
No, but
That's my shit.
Y'all never say that. But like I don't know. But the lady handled it really well.
Yeah, she was very
But
respectful.
there are people who just, I'm not even finna waste my time and energy on you. I'm gonna just let you have it, girl. I was gonna say sis again, but just like the time we went to Redwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that was.
still haven't used my gift certificate, and I'm
I
going
bet
to use
you
this.
haven't.
Let me just give the people a brief scenario of what happened. We were out celebrating my 26th birthday.
The only
every-
birthday you get a year. How dare you?
I love mimosas, everyone. So anywhere that's advertising bottomless mimosas, I'm fucking there. So we went to Redwood Cafe in Olympia Fields off of Governor's Highway. The service
Yeah,
was
address.
horrible. We were promised bottomless mimosas, but we continued to see bottoms of our mimosas. Then when we noticed they weren't bringing the mimosas quick enough, we said, let us just have a picture. We can pour them ourselves. They brought us an ice.
A couple of things happened before that.
Brenda said no.
We had a lot of.
Oh yeah, they
Yes,
didn't
they
get
brought
it.
it.
They say
They
no.
said
We had,
No.
cause I
Go ahead. She's the manager of food.
I told the waitress because mind you, when we walked in, it wasn't packed. It wasn't like when you go to brunch spots and you be in there waiting for a table. It was like their first, maybe their second weekend even doing the brunch. So when we walked in, it was our table, which it was quite a few of us. And then it was like maybe 2 other tables that had people in them. And it was like 2 per table. Not a lot of people there. So we're sitting down, so we continue to see the bottoms of our champagne flutes. And we're like, wow, that's funny. I thought it was bottomless. And so when the waitress, she seemed very, apprehensive to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't really know what she was doing. Like, she may have been new. And I just very kindly said to her, I said, sweetheart, I was like, we came here to drink. I was like, so if you need to recruit someone, so maybe y'all can take shifts. Like, every time you see somebody halfway full, like, you could take that as a sign that we're going to need some more. Like, go ahead and fill them up. And so she seemed, so there was a lot of things in play with her, which I can understand. Maybe it was her first day, maybe it was her first week. She don't really, it's not like it's a family business and her and the manager are best friends. So in her head, she was just like, we never did this before. Like, I don't know, like, portions, like, am I supposed to be, like, you know what I'm saying? She could have had a lot of things going on through her head because she barely responded to me. She kind of just like, okay, and continued to not do what I asked. So every time she came, we would make it a point to be like, we're ready for another round, by the way. You can go ahead and give us another round, by the way. Like, let's go. So then in addition to that, we had all ordered food. That was a disaster. People were getting things that were wrong on their plate. People were getting things that weren't cooked all the way. Like, I mean, that bad. It was that bad. So then it got to the point where
I left.
She left. She died in that hoe. And so it got to that point. And I finally asked the waitress, I said, I don't want you to take this the wrong way. This isn't a tattle situation, but I would really like to talk to your manager. And so the manager, the first thing that he said to me, because it was a large group of us, I didn't want to like embarrass him or anything. So I said, let me just talk to you over here. As soon as we got out of earshot of people, he said, I know, I'll get you a picture. I said, excuse me. I said, much more is at play here than just our picture of mimosas. I was like, while I am not drunk and upset about it, thank you. You could go ahead and bring the picture. First of all, he did, and then after I had 2 conversations with this man. After the first conversation, I just told him, like, I just want to tell you that the service as a whole has not been up to our standards, and I just want you to know, because I understand that, like, you got to work kinks out, like, you know, like, you got to get things together, like, I just want y'all to work on it. He sends us a picture of a mimosa that was watered down with ice, y'all. Who does that?
I've
like,
never heard of
champagne,
something so
orange juice, and ice. So that's when I was like, oh, you motherfuckers just don't give a fuck. Y'all just trying to get us to leave at this point. So then I had another conversation with him and basically told him, like, we're not paying the full portion of this bill. That's what I know. Like, you're going to give us something. You just have to at this point. So he did. In addition to that, a couple people at our table just dipped and didn't pay at all.
We're not going to say any names.
And I didn't, and I told him straight up. I said, I said that's not my business. I said everybody there is an adult, and we all had the same subpar service. I'm like, you lucky the amount of us who did stayed. We could have dipped. All of us could have just been like, well, fuck this, because y'all not paying attention to our table no way. But anyway, it was awful. But I took the time to talk to the man, even though, you know, whatever.
Also, when the waitress first asked for the manager, he wasn't even gonna come.
Oh
to
yeah,
our
no,
table.
he wasn't.
Like, we was just sitting there
My
and waiting.
birthday.
Like, where is he? And the waitress finally like saw him off to the side and was like, "Come here." Like, he wasn't coming. He was just about to ignore us and keep doing what he was doing.
Then he came, and the first thing he said, I know, I'll get you a picture. Hi, my name is, how are you? Excuse me. People are just rude. Some people are just rude, though, but you gotta understand that, like, everybody's not brought up, like, that's one of my favorite lessons, and one that I constantly have to remind myself, especially working with white people. Because white people, as much as they try to act like we're fucking so barbaric and we so wild, they are truly uncouth people. Just like in
They
little,
were barbarians, Vikings.
Yeah.
Period.
They were actual
It's in their
cavemen.
blood.
It's in their
Whatever.
blood.
And we were not. Don't ever let nobody tell you if you black that you was ever a caveman. No, you were not.
Kings.
But anyway, just little things. Like even in my office, like our office is open. It's an open space. When I walk in and people are present, I say good morning. I'm not about to sit and say everybody's name, but I say a greeting. When people just walk into a space that people are already in and don't speak, that drives me fucking insane. Even elevators, it drives me insane. Like, it's just rude. It's just fucking rude. But like that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? But like in those moments, I have to always remind myself, like, they don't have my mom. My mama used to do this to me when I was little. If we walk in someplace and there's people right there and I don't say nothing, like, you better fucking speak to these people. Who the fuck you think you are? Just walking in here thinking that they're supposed to speak to you first. No. It's rude. So I always have to tell myself, like, they don't have Glennis as their mom. They didn't get popped in the fucking mouth every time you didn't say yes, ma'am, to somebody that was clearly older than
two
you.
kids.
2 of them. And both of us are impeccably polite. Jonathan might be a lot of things, and I might be a raging alcoholic, but you better believe. But you better believe my manners are impeccable because I don't play that shit. My mama didn't play that shit.
Sidebar, my first job was with her brother.
Mm-hmm.
And he was so nice.
Yeah, he's just a nice
That's
guy.
all.
He's sweet.
He was
My brother
very
respects
nice.
the fuck out of women. Like, respects the fuck out of women. Even though he cheats on them. Meh. Anyway.
He was so cute
Club.
when I first met your
Gross,
brother.
okay,
I did.
all right. Let's get into praises
nice
due.
guy.
We're gonna go ahead and get into praises due. The first thing that we have in praises due. Before we get into praises due, if you too have a story or something that you would like to share about dealing with poor service, we'd love to hear it. You can email us at askaway.words@gmail.com. I was about to say ask us away with words.
Oh, I was like,
that's not the thing.
what?
He was like,
Anyway, back to I beatbox on the side, guys. Sorry guys, so Black Panther has now been named. So fucking high in the box office, guys. Like, it's only been out for a week, like a little bit over a week. Over $500 million of earnings so far in box office sales, and I loved the meme that somebody put out, and they said that one of the theaters was like banning large bags. They said the cinemas, Black Panther brought in $500 million in ticket sales and $17 in concessions. But you know that's the truth. But no, I bought nachos and stuff because it's a celebration. But
Yeah,
anyway,
me too.
but shout out to Black
I
Panther.
didn't eat.
Shout out to everybody that was involved in Black
I didn't bring
Panther.
no
Shout out to everybody getting money. Shout out to everyone checking a bag. I'm saying yes to that amount of money in somebody's account. Shout out to
yes to the men.
shout out to all of the opportunities that are arising for these beautiful Black people through this moment. Shout out to all of that. So praises due to all of them.
Yeah.
I also have a praises due for Janelle Monáe. Janelle Monáe just came out with 2 new music videos, and one of them is called Django Jane. And one of the main things that she says is, "Let the vagina have a monologue." And in the other video that she had, she is like actively bisexual with Tessa and some man, and it gave me my fucking life, and it gave me fucking everything. It gave
I
me
like
color.
Janelle Monáe.
Janelle is brilliant and amazing and talented and majestic and amazing and all of that. And then like she just gave it to me. Like she's giving me Prince. She's really giving me Prince, and that's something that I really, really, really appreciate. And the bisexualism is amazing. Just like the depiction, just like the subtle depiction of it, is something that I love. And forgive me, her idea isn't even probably bisexualism, because it probably has nothing to do with labels. It has everything to do with love is love, and I'm allowed to like be involved and love on all of these different types of people in whatever way I choose. And I just really appreciate her doing that. So I love it. So, but they're calling it a bisexual pop anthem. She's amazing.
Because I used to actively not like her. Like when she first like came on the scene. I just wasn't a fan. Me and our
being
producer
not a fan
just
and
weren't
not
really...
liking someone is 2 different things.
Well, I mean, like, not a fan as in, like, if somebody else would say something like, ooh, like, y'all heard that new Janelle Monáe, and it could be like, oh, I know I don't like her. Like, I mean, in that sense.
But don't like
I don't mean,
her,
like,
or just
like
didn't
just-
like fuck with her. Like, I don't listen to her. I don't check for her music. But like you said,
Were you
don't
annoyed
like
by her? Like annoyed by her, like as an artist? Because I was gonna say, I was gonna say that's
yeah,
what.
That's how I
what I was trying to figure out. Like, did you
came on
really
the
not
scene-
like her?
She
You
did-
just
she
didn't
did-
like
Yes,
her?
when she
She
first
really
came on the
didn't like her.
scene, I was annoyed by her in general.
Like a lot.
What?
A lot of people don't like to. No, I was just saying a lot of people don't like Tinashe. Like for like no reason.
Yeah, like I didn't
Yeah.
get like she just
Random.
she just wasn't my type of thing. But since she's been getting into acting, I have really liked her in all the roles that I've seen her in, and it's made me. I still haven't listened to any of her new music, but liking her as an actress has made me want to like re-listen, because I'm like, maybe now that since I like her as an actress, it'll take away some of
Have
like
you
the
listened to any of her
bias I
old
have.
music?
on her. No.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
What has she been in besides Hidden Figures as far as acting?
Moonlight.
Moonlight.
Who was she?
She was the guy that took him in.
See,
His girlfriend.
Moonlight went over my head, y'all. I was still in the dark. I don't know.
She in the closet.
No, Moonlight. was Moonlight didn't.
Lesbian.
Moonlight didn't do anything for me. Maybe I gotta see it
Yeah,
again.
This isn't about Moonlight.
But
It's about your
either way, yeah, I do want to revisit her. Now that I like her more, maybe I won't have as much of a bias when I hear her, and I would be more open to like being receptive to the music. So I'm gonna revisit it. And Prince did fuck with her. She was like Prince's like protege for a while. So
Definitely.
that says a lot. So
That says everything to me.
yeah.
Because Prince is a god. And anybody that Prince vouches for, because it's not many.
No, that also made me cry. I'm about to be like, no, he is for real now, but that also made me cry. So moving on.
Always has been. You had a praises due.
Yes, praises due to Brandy Norwood's daughter, Sarai. For multiple reasons. The main reason, though, I was watching Brandy's live, and her daughter was on her live, and Brandy is always like trying to get her to sing. Like a lot of times when like her daughter is like on camera with her, like Brandy be saying little things like, "No, she could sing, y'all." And she was trying to like talk her into singing, but Sarai, I guess, is like very shy about it, and she got her to like sing a little bit, like, and she kept like laughing though, but she definitely has a voice. Like, she definitely has a voice. She sounded really good. She definitely kind of has the same kind of raspy.
Yeah.
It's not as deep
Yeah.
as Brandy's, but she definitely has that
That's
like
exciting.
tone about her, so she can sing. And also, she's been on social media a lot, talking to her daughter's only like 15.
I was about to say,
think.
how old is she?
She's only like 14, 15.
Oh, she's
But she's
cute.
also been on social media like talking to other young women about like having self-esteem and talking to them and saying like, you know, like, I'm not the smallest girl, you know, and I don't let that get me down, so you shouldn't let that, like giving like pep talks to like other like young women and stuff. So she's just a very, I just feel like well-rounded young lady. Like, she's just very mature, has herself together. I like that she knows how to sing, and she just has her shit together. She's very positive.
Yeah.
Just has a light about her.
And
so.
she raps for her mom. Like, she be going back and forth with people on the blogs and everything.
When people was first saying
I
that
know that's
Brandy was
right.
pregnant, she was like, I'm with her every day and I watch her eat pancakes. She was like, she's not pregnant.
Let me fatten peace.
So
I really hope that Cardi B knows to coin that phrase and like copyright it, because that's
What?
like, let me fatten peace.
I never heard her
That
say
has to be, because when everybody was saying that she was pregnant, she literally responded and said, let me fatten peace.
Oh.
And if that's not on the shirt by next week, I'm going to go ahead and do it for you.
She should have coined regular schmegular and regular degular.
Oh, yeah, it's too late.
Because
It's
that
too
was
late.
all her shit. And that if you're going to have beef with me, you're going to have beef with me forever. That was her. That was her
Anyway,
shit.
great. Anything else? Life is a catalog? My life is a catalog. My life is a catalog this week is the amount of money that Black Panther just made.
My life as a
Saying yes to that.
catalog this week is just seeing successful women and seeing people achieve goals.
Go!
And I'm saying yes to achieving goals
thank
and
you.
things that I want.
Perfect.
My life is a catalog because I don't know.
I think it's
Because
Blac
everything
Chyna's
they
sex
said,
tape.
I agree with it all. What?
Nothing. Anyway,
What?
thank you all so much for tuning in. We're so excited to do this every week, and we can't wait to hear from you. Shout out to the people. So first of all, yeah, we ate it all. Also, I'm just gonna say, I know that we're just gonna keep getting bigger and growing, but I get amazed a little bit every time I like solicit any type of answers to questions about A Way With Words, the podcast. Like, I was amazed by the amount of people that I didn't know, because of course I love my friends and I'm glad that y'all support us. But like, when I put up little stuff and like my friends do it, I'll be like, okay, great, thank you for being engaged. But like, when I see people that I don't know, I'll be like, oh my God, who is this? All of you that answered the poll, and it actually was very helpful, because I really did want to know how many people we still have that only listens to the podcast portion, and how many of you are tuning into the actual video. So I was happy to see that about 80% of you are looking on YouTube now, so that makes me happy. It makes us feel like we're doing really, really good things. We're making the right moves, and going and growing in the right places. So shout out to y'all. But yeah, we will see you all next week. Make sure that you continue to do all the things that you've always done. Follow us on all the places to be followed. You can follow us on Instagram, Twat, away.
It's okay. Just
Fuck.
keep doing it. It's
Instagram,
okay.
Just keep
Twit,
doing
Twat,
it.
Tumblr, Facebook, and right here on YouTube. So make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And make sure that you follow me at Bree.stories on, my mouth is so juicy. Instagram, Bree_stories on Twitwat, and at Tati on Instagram, and at Hey Tati on Twitwat, and at Ajano Asia, everywhere. Yes, everywhere. And make sure that you take the time to tell our vibe specialist, Kenny, a happy birthday. We love you so much. See you all next week. Everybody say bye. I said bye.